friends, welcome to MPJ New Rock Album Review Show 2025. Welcome back, Happy New Year. Welcome to William, to Dom, to Lauren, and to Trish, and the absent Simon, who is flying back from Japan. Welcome to everybody. If you're tuning into the show for the first time, we review all the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5. Will they get into our Hall of Fame? We're coming up to 500 albums, people, that we've done in the last 3 years. Right, what's today's offering? Well, it's a returning band, actually. So we are reviewing Tungsten and their album Grand Inferno. Now, for record straight, we previously rated them a couple of years ago with their album Bliss, which we weren't too enamoured with. It only got a 2.7, and was a bit more was a very generic kind of power metal, and the panel kind of felt. But what would they come back to with this year? William, let's start with our power metal aficionado. What did you think of the Grand Inferno?
Yes, it was an album. I mean, it was alright. I couldn't remember if I had reviewed them before, so I had a song in my playlist from them before, so I already knew of this band. I have the Fairies Dance from a previous album, which is just a funny, stupid song about fairies dancing. It's enjoyable enough. The vocals are pretty good. There's some good music in it, but there wasn't really much there to hold me into it. I sort of listened to it. It started auto-playing some of their other songs, and I was like, "Oh, this has actually got really good." And I realised that the song autoplayed was from a different album, which made me like the album less because I heard better stuff.
That happens sometimes, doesn't it? That happens sometimes. But,
yeah. It started playing "On the Sea" from from their last album. I was like, "Oh, this song's so much better than the rest of the album. What's happening?" And it's because it wasn't the album. It's fine. It's pretty good. Nothing spectacular to keep you in, but it's an enjoyable enough listen for a few times.
Dom.
Yes.
What about you?
I think that there should be a law enacted. Perhaps we could talk to Donald Trump. That there should only be one Swedish melodic power metal band allowed to exist at any one time. Only one, and then you're not going to accidentally have to listen to them, because you could just be zoned in, because unexpectedly you can listen to this. But I would say it's polished and clean in terms of their sound. It does, again, a bit like it's like a metal pick and mix, like take a bit of everything and chuck it in and mix it up and see what happens. Was it Blood of the Kings? I thought that has the best energy for me. How fast moving power song. I probably enjoyed that the most. There's Wahlberg, which adds, because the idea is they have a kind of folk influence, isn't it? I think that's their kind of USP, and you could get that in Wahlberg. That was really nice. And then Vanta Black, it's kind of an attempt to take it a little bit darker, but it didn't really hit home for me. It was, it was, I think, just a mediocre. Yeah, a bit like Will says, it was an attempt at something, but tick some boxes, but no, wouldn't get a second listen from me.
Oh, bit of doom and gloom here. Looks like it's going down the road of bliss. Maybe Lauren can shine some light on it. Let's find out, shall we? Lauren, what did you think?
I'm afraid the light is not as bright as you'd probably want it to be. So listening to the album, compared to some of the other stuff I've listened that's in the same vein, it didn't quite stand up. I mean, sort of like in my notes I've got like not my vibes, to be honest, a bit too screamy in places. So like, which I know is rich coming from me, because I like being shouted at in my music. That's something that I enjoy. But one of my main things that I enjoy about that is I like it when I can tell what is being shouted or screamed and stuff like that. If it's just blah, 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 all the time, I'm not massively keen on it, because I'm like, okay, now it's just noise. that's the thing for me. I can say for it that it's got really good production. Like Dom said,
So you just described metalcore, which is why I was putting a funny face. But virtually, you really like metalcore.
I know.
You just described metalcore, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and I do enjoy it sometimes if it's done in a very specific way. Whereas in this sort of setting, like, because a lot of this sort of power metal that we tend to listen to, and that I really, really enjoy, I like it when it's got story behind it and there's like legend and lore and all that sort of thing wrapped into it, because I like it to take you on a journey. Whereas this did that in parts, but just not enough for me to go, oh, I really, really like it. I thought it was good, like apocalypse sort of style metal, like going like almost like that Mad Max sort of vibes. We're going between futuristic sounds and that older sort of style. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good middle of the road album. It's not something I'm going to actively go to, but if it's on, chances are I'm not going to turn it off because I know something else will be on the way soon.
Well, that's half the crew. Let's go to the other half. Trish.
Tungsten, have no fear. Trish is here to save you. So, we have more power metal with Tungsten, formed by the former drummer of HammerFall, Anders Johansson, and his sons Karl and Nick Johansson from Sweden. Whilst I'd listened to Brothers of Metal before this album, which had a spark, this album is giving me a burning Inferno. This ups the level. It's grittier and heavier on some tracks musically, with a bit of pop rock thrown in, some tongue-in-cheek lyrics for good measure. To be honest, I was surprised I haven't got a pain in my neck from my head bouncing along to this album, as it is an album that does not sit still too much, with guitar riffs, solos and bouncing drums. It slows down occasionally with the title track, Grand Inferno, which does showcase the vocals sublimely, but mainly this album packs a good old power metal punch.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you for bringing some sensibility and some common sense and some skill and true reflection on what is a fantastic album, the Grand Inferno.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you 100%. 100%. These Philistines of power metal just don't get it, do they? Look, was it a perfect album? No, because it was straight on the straight off the bat from Brothers of Metal, which but it was a definite grower for me. I think the Grand Inferno was just oh my god. The difference between, because I did review Bliss, and I did say it was a kind of a generic kind of album, and it got 2.7. The difference between Bliss and the Grand Inferno is a massive gulf. The lyricism, the diversity of this album, the melodic, the melodies, the storytelling. You need to listen to this again, Lauren, and listen to it, because there's lots of storytelling going on in this album. It is just absolutely brilliant. It's a brilliant album. Fantastic power metal, bits of everything. Brilliant diversity, brilliant melodics, great melodies. What an album. Shame I'm not going to be giving it the full mark, because it did come off from the back of straight after Brothers of Metal. But great album, much improved. Love the direction it's going in. Keep that going. Absolutely fine. Well, what did we think though? There's still Simon's vote to come as well. Will it creep into our Hall of Fame? Will it get in there? Let's go and find out then. Let's go to the naysayers first of all. William, what did you give this?
A perfectly above average 3.5.
Yeah, which is not bad for you. Actually, when you sometimes
above average.
When he comes across negative, you're thinking the worst. But 3.5, that's all right. Yeah, do I really want to? Yeah, go on then, Dom. Just throw it out there, mate. Throw it. Come on.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the quality of the music. 3.
3. Yeah, not enough.
Again.
That's all right. It's okay. We love him, really. Do we love Lauren? Lauren?
I'm interested to see where they go. I would listen to them again. But for this one, I also gave it a 3.
Can they be saved? Let's go to the real aficionados here. And Trish?
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 from me as well, and a 4.5 from Simon as well. We are going to whose 3 shall we drop? We drop Lauren's 3. We're going to drop Lauren's 3 for this one. We'll keep Dom's 3. We'll drop Lauren's 3. She's got 20. It's a Hall of Fame. It's got the 4. Jess gets into a Hall of Fame. Absolutely brilliant. Well deserved. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to Tungsten. What an improvement from Bliss, people. What a massive improvement from Bliss. Great album. Please keep it going. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, let's keep everybody going. Because why don't you hit like and subscribe? Hit it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think this is a better album than Bliss? Do you think that they're a great band? Do you agree with William and to Dom and to Lauren that it was a slightly above average album? Or to me, Trish and Simon, who loved it? What do you think? Thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye for everybody. Keep rocking!
Bye.